is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Neca Series 11 Wasp Predator figure. What is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Just got this figure in the mail and I'm really happy I did, because this is a Predator figure I've been wanting to get. I really think the yellow and black coloring for this figure looks really cool for a Predator, and he comes with a really cool weapon too. So let's take a look at the packaging first, then we'll get the figure open and get into the figure review. For Wasp Predator's packaging, he pretty much comes in the basic Neca Predator packaging. Instead of having a picture of a regular Predator right there, you get a picture of Big Red, which is cool since Wasp Predator is in Big Red's clan, so that's pretty cool that Neca did that. In the background you see like Predator lettering, and then you see like crosshairs in the background over there, which is pretty cool. The top right says Wasp Predator, then on the bottom you get, I don't know if that's artwork or if that's a picture of the figure, but it looks really cool. It says Wasp Predator and Predator, and it says over 25 points of articulation, includes spear staff with impulse xenomorph head. And in the back of the packaging, you get some really nice artwork of Wasp Predator right there, looking really cool. It says Wasp Predator, Predator. Here is the rest of the figures in Series 11. That one's really cool. It's a Lost Predator or a Lost Tribe Predator. I need to get that one again. But if you guys would like to read the bio, you can pause it now and read it up. But anyway, that is the packaging for the Wasp Predator. Let's get the figure open and get into the review. Alrighty, so starting off with accessories first for Wasp Predator. He really doesn't come with any accessories besides his spear weapon with the xenomorph head on it, and he does have his blades on his wrist that you can pop out and retract. But this accessory right here is really cool looking. I like the silver they used for the blade, and then you see xenomorph, green like xenomorph blood all over it on each side. But I really like the staff part, really cool looking. There's like wrappings around it that's painted like a silver type color, and then the color of the staff is pretty much all yellow, and then you get more of the wrappings and stuff right there. Really cool looking. Really cool accessory that comes with this Wasp Predator. As you can see, all like the xenomorph brains and everything in there. Really cool. Neca can do some really cool stuff. That side looks a little better. The one thing I wish you had the option to remove the xenomorph head. I think that would have been really cool. So if you wanted to pose Wasp Predator with the xenomorph head on it, or with it not on it, because that would have been cool if you could just have the spear and it would have like the xenomorph blood all over it still, but it would have been cool if you had that option to remove the head if you wanted to. But the xenomorph head is actually detailed really well. Pretty much all black, and then you get like a kind of like a bronze type color in it for like shading. But it looks really cool, and you get silver by the teeth and stuff too, so that's pretty cool. But just all that little detail. Neca is just amazing when it comes to detail with their figures. Sculpt and paint, just they do a really great job. Really cool looking accessory. Even though he doesn't come with any other accessories, you do get a really nice accessory, and I think this is what everybody really likes most about this Wasp Predator, is that accessory right there. And you do get his blades, you can pop them out, and then they do retract as well, and they are silver, so that's pretty cool. He doesn't come with a shoulder cannon, which is a little disappointing, but he does have the holes right there, so if you have an extra one laying around, or if you want to take one off another Predator figure, you can put it on the Wasp Predator. So I think I might take the shoulder cannon off my Renegade Predator and put it on the Wasp one, because he is a little limited with weapons, and Renegade does have a bunch of them. But anyway, that is the accessories. Let's move on to some comparisons. So now moving on to some quick comparisons. The Wasp Predator figure stands at 7 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall, so he's in great scale with the other Neca Predator figures. Over here we have the SH Figure Arts Vegito figure. He stands a little over 6 inches tall to the top of his hair. Over here we have the same figure, just different paint job. The Renegade Predator, he's the same height, 7 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall. And then over here we have the Hive Wars Predator figure, and he stands at 8 inches tall, so he's slightly taller than Wasp Predator and Renegade. And then over here, of course, we have the Figure Arts Broccoli figure, and he stands a little over 9 inches tall to the top of his hair. But there's some quick comparisons. Anyway, let's keep moving on with the review. For the paint and sculpt for the Wasp Predator figure, and like usual, Neca did an incredible job with this figure, and I think this is my favorite Predator figure that I have in my collection, either this one or the Wasp one. But I really love how the yellow stands out on this figure. It just looks really cool on a Predator. I'm not a big fan of the color yellow, but they did a really cool job with this figure. Even though this is just a reuse of the classic Predator, that is one of my favorite Predator figures, though, even though I don't have it. But the mask that's my favorite Predator mask, the classic one. But the yellow looks really cool on this figure. You get his wrist blades right there. Just got armor all over the Predator, which is really cool. I like how they have a little pocket there on the loincloth. I like the shoulder armor pieces. You got his little device right there with the cables on his armors as well, which is really cool looking. But really cool looking figure, and I really like how you see a little bit of metallic blue right there on the loincloth and then up on the shoulder. It's a really cool touch that Neca added onto this figure. Show you guys a closer look at Wasp Predator. And one thing I noticed, the mask looks really cool, but it looks a lot cooler on the back of the packaging right there. It looks more Wasp-like. They didn't do it on the figure, though. Even though it still looks cool on the figure, I wish they would have done it like that, because that looks really cool. But I'll show you guys a close look at the mask right here. They did a really good job on it. The yellow is a lot more darker compared to his skin tone, but really cool looking. And I like it. It looks like he has marks that he put on his mask right there, or that is battle damage. But it kind of looks like markings like from the Alien vs. Predator, like how Scar Predator scarred himself. It kind of looks like markings like that. So I don't know if it's battle damage or if he did that on purpose. Maybe it's xenomorphs that he killed and he marks it on his helmet or something. But I really like how it has like a the camo type look right there. You get like, it looks like a brown color mixed in it with black as well. Really cool looking mask. I really love the black eyes as well. You get a little bit of silver there, and then there's his little target locking on mechanism. Really cool looking mask. Definitely my favorite though out of all the Predator figures, even though it is the basic classic Predator mask. And like I said, the yellow paint is really, really cool looking on this figure. It makes it stand out a lot, and when you have it displayed on your shelf. You get these shoulder armor pieces. They are softer material, so it won't hinder the articulation. You get cables going on there and then right there, which is cool. I like the metallic blue that they put up on the shoulder right there, and then they added it on the loincloth to not make the Predator look so plain, if you know what I'm talking about. But the armor isn't like a bright silver, like a metallic silver. It's more like a dark gray color. And then they added like some brown onto it. I don't know if that's rust or if it's supposed to be like old and worn or something, or maybe he was eating, or it's from blood or something. I don't know, but it's kind of cool having it on there. And I like how they, I just like how they color the armor on these Predator figures. They don't just make it look plain. They always add either some type of color in it, like the Hive War Predator. I like how they added blue into it. But really cool looking figure right here. You got his little device right there. Looks really cool. In his hands, he has like spikes on his knuckles, which is cool, and they're black, painted black, so that's pretty cool looking. There's one on his thumb as well, same on this side. Then you get his wrist blades right here. Really cool looking Predator figure. He's mostly colored on black on the back of the figure. A little bit of yellow spots here and there, same on the legs as well. Like the back armor piece. Really like the shoulder armor and the arm armor, really cool looking. And he's got the loincloth with the metallic blue there. I really like the brown for the belt part. They painted it really nice and added black into it. And then you get the belt buckles, the back of it. I like how there's a little pocket right there. It's just painted really well. Then you get the armor on his thighs right there, which are softer so it doesn't hinder articulation. I really like how they colored the legs right there. Mostly yellow with black all throughout it, so really cool looking. You get the armor on the knees right there that cover up the knee joints, which is cool. And then you get the lower leg armor, which is painted nice. It also has that brown color. They painted it more up there as well and on the bottom, so that's pretty cool. They didn't just make it one color and that was it. And then you get his feet right there, which are pretty much black with a little bit of yellow in it and black toenails. And then, of course, he has his Predator sandals on with straps going on there, holding them on down to his feet. So, the Predator figure, they did a great job with the paint and sculpt. I really, really like the yellow color that they chose, even though I am not a fan of the color yellow. But I think Neca did a really great job with the detail on this figure. Anyway, let's move on to the articulation and wrap the review up. Alrighty, so for Wasp Predator's articulation, basic Neca Predator articulation. If you have the classic Predator or if you have the Renegade Predator, same articulation. His head goes up and down, doesn't really get hindered by the hair. You get great pivot, and then it does swivel. For the waist, he only has a swivel. I wish they would update it and give him the ball joint so you can get pivot and back and forward movement, but it only swivels, so that's a bit of a letdown. I wish they would update that soon. The shoulder joints go up a little less than 90 degrees, and they do go up and down. Be careful of the cables on the elbow and right here so they don't snap off. You get a single bend at the elbow, it does swivel as well, and then the wrists are on a ball joint, so you get nice movement right there, swivel and everything. Now for the legs, they kick forward about 90 degrees, and then they go to the back a decent amount too. Then they kick out to the side a little more than 90 degrees, so that's pretty cool. You get some kung fu kicks out of a Predator. And then they do swivel as well. You get a really nice double jointed knee right there. They bend back a really good amount. And then for the ankles, they're on a nice ball joint, so you get nice movement, the pivot up and down and swivel. So really good articulation for this Predator figure. I just wish they would update the waist joint right there. Then it would have perfect Predator articulation. But overall, I do recommend the Wasp Predator figure. If you have Renegade or Classic Predator, you could pass on it, but I really like the color scheme for this figure. I think it looks really, really cool. I think Neca did a really great job on this figure. The accessories are a little bit of a letdown because it's just the spear staff with the xenomorph head on it. I wish he came with like a shoulder blaster or something else, you know, just at least one more or two more accessories. That would have been a little bit better. But the articulation is pretty good on it. I just wish Neca will start using that new ball joint at the waist instead of just a swivel. And the paint and sculpt just really well done on this figure. I know this is a character from the Batman Dead End fan film. He was the Predator on the right when you first saw Big Red, but he didn't have his mask on. But I think it was a pretty cool idea that they made like the Big Red Predator and the other two Predators that were with him in the Neca figure line. So Neca's doing pretty good job with these Predator figures, and I'm liking every single one that I've gotten so far, and I think this one is my favorite Predator figure that I have as of now, but I only have 4 Predator figures. But definitely an awesome figure. I do recommend it, so go pick it up. I paid like 35 bucks for mine, so he's still at a decent price. So jump on that before he gets more expensive, because look at the price of Big Red. That figure's $100+ pretty hard to get that figure. But anyway, guys, if you want to get the figure, check Amazon. I think that would be your best bet, like online shops. I don't think comic book shops or Toys R Us will have this figure anymore, because he was Series 7. And Series 14 is what the new series is going to be. I think it's September. So definitely check Amazon for this figure, or eBay as well, because I got mine on eBay, I believe. But anyway, guys, that is my review of the Neca Series 11 Wasp Predator figure. Hope you guys enjoyed my review. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, then I don't care. That is your problem. But anyway, guys, I will see you later. I really like the weapon he comes with, but instead of having just a regular predator, did I say predator? I did, didn't I? Alright, Wasp Predator's Articulation. Oh, what the hell?